Hello, welcome back to the channel. So, as promised, today we are going to be learning about multiplying and dividing decimals. So, let's just get right into it. So, I'm just going to explain what you do, and over here is a picture. So basically, say this is your problem, okay? So here, the first part is really easy. You would just multiply normally, right? Okay, so now that you multiplied normally, you got these two down here. You guys know how to multiply, right? Okay, so, and then you would bring down, so 4 plus 0 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4, and then 1, bring it down here, okay? Now, over here, depending on how many numbers are behind the decimal is how many spaces you will move your decimal, okay? So over here, the decimal is right here, right? Okay, so over here, there's one number behind the decimal. And then over here, there's another number. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. So you are going to move your decimal point 2 times over here, and then your answer would be 1.44 or 1 44 hundredths. Okay, so that's basically how you multiply your decimals. You would want to align it like this and then do the problem. Yeah, it's really simple. And then dividing decimals. Now, dividing decimals is a little complicated, but it is still possible, and it's also pretty easy. Okay, so over here, you can see there's a decimal here, and then there's the number here. Okay, so and then there's a decimal here, over here too. Okay, so you're going to move this decimal over here because you want to make this over here a whole number. Right now, it's not a whole number. Okay, you're going to move your decimal once, or how many ever times, or depending on the numbers there are behind the decimal. Here there's only one, so we're going to move it 1, and then you're going to do the exact same thing over here. Okay, so we're going to move this here, and then you're going to also move this one here. Okay, and then right after you move it here, you're just going to move it right to the top over there. Okay, and then you're going to divide. Okay, so then 40, so now everything is a whole number, okay? Because we already placed our decimal here, there isn't a problem anymore. Okay, so 8 times 5 equals 40. Okay, you would put 40 here, and then you would subtract, you would get 1 here, bring down the 6. Okay, and then 8 times 2 is 16, right? Okay, so then you would put 16 over here and then 0, so your answer would be 5.2 or 5 2 tenths. Now remember, whenever you're putting the decimal somewhere or a number somewhere when you're dividing, remember it's always at the top. Okay, so over here we're dividing 8, so 8, we're multiplying 8 times 5 equals 40, right? We're not multiplying it all the way from 1/16, right? So 8 times 5 equals 40. So you're going to put it right above the 41 or 40 or whatever number, okay? You're going to put it right above. You're not going to put it anywhere else because you're only multiplying to get to that number, okay? And then obviously put your decimal here, and then 8 times 2 you're dividing to get to the number over here, which is over here, so you would put your number right above, and then 5.2 is your answer. It's pretty complicated, but you'll get it once you get the hang of it. So now we're going to be playing a multiplying and dividing decimals game, and we're going to be dividing them or multiplying them with powers of 10. Now, powers of 10 are 10, 100, 1,000. You guys should have already learned this. But anyways, when you're dividing, you're going to move the decimal to the left, depending on how many zeros there are in the number in the power of 10. Okay, so in 100 there are 2 zeros. So I'm just going to move this decimal to the left twice because there are 2 zeros. So 1, 2. So your answer would be this. Okay? So 325,000. Okay, let's see if we got it right. We got it right. Okay, so that's something very easy that you can do. See over here, we're dividing it by 10. Okay, there's only 1 0, so we're going to move it to the left only once. So 4.18. Okay, that is 4 and 18 hundredths. So now here we are multiplying. Now when you're multiplying, it's a little different. So when you're multiplying, you're going to move the decimal to the right, depending on how many zeros there are in the power of 10. Okay? So when you're dividing, you're going to move it to the left. When you're multiplying, you're going to move it to the right. Okay? So here, there's only 1 0 in 10, right? So you're just going to move the decimal once to the right. So your answer should be 62 as a whole number. Okay, so now we'll do this one last question. So we did 2 dividing, and now we're going to be doing 2 multiplying. So over here, you're going to multiply as it says, and there are 2 zeros in 100. So you're going to move the decimal point twice to the right, okay? So move it once here and then once here. So whenever you're going to move it an extra thing, you're always going to add a 0. Or an extra space, you're going to always add a 0. Okay? So your answer should be, or we don't even need to add the decimal. So 1,490. Comment down below if you understand multiplying and dividing decimals now. There will be a video in the description box and at the top, yep, right there, if anyone wants any extra practice or a review. I'll also put the link or the website where I got the games from, or like the practice that we did today, in the description box. There will also be a question of the day about multiplying and dividing decimals in the description box and in the comments section. And the first person to answer will get a heart, will get pinned, and will also get a shout out in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.